The good news is, up 6 positions, you are now 5th in the championship. You led the most laps, got a couple of bonus points, but tell us how staying on pit road for as long as you did changed your day.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating for everybody on this DuPont Chevrolet team. You know, none of us want to put ourselves in that position. You know, it's a bit of a surprise to all of us that I ran out under green. You know, we were expecting to go a couple more laps, so we're making great horsepower. We're not getting good fuel mileage. But Tony, you know, is figuring out a way to do it, so you got to give those guys credit. They got the same engines we have, you know, and we got to do a better job at it. I got to do a better job at it. But at that point, when we ran out, I didn't know I had to save fuel. I thought we were in our window and we're just going to come in and do a green flag stop. And, you know, gosh, it was just frustrating. We got back out there, and once I got behind guys like Tony, I really was just too tight to pass him anyway. I certainly wasn't expecting to have to conserve as much as we did there, but hey, to pull off a top 5, that's good. We got what we could out of it. We didn't need to take any chances like we did last week at Chicago, and you know, all we can do is look at the good side, you know, and that's what we made gains in the points. Not making enough gains on the leaders, that's the only frustrating part.
Well, 2 good sides, a recovery in the points, as he said, and a recovery to 4th place today, Jamie.
Brad Keselowski's talking smack on Jeff Gordon, going long-winded there. Finishes 2nd today.
Within one day and see how long you can swim, man. I bet he could be underwater for an hour.
Okay, let's talk about your run today. Jumped up 3 positions in the points, your 3rd, highest ever. Your crew chief was stressed out this morning about your car. Did it get that much better, or was it all strategy?
No, we made some good adjustments with about 120, 130 to go. Drove up into 4th, which I was really proud of our team for that. And still playing a little strategy, used the fuel stuff to get up to 2nd. But you know, we were a legitimate top 10 car. Maybe not quite a 2nd place car, but proud of the effort, proud of how we took a track where we were weak at and got a good finish out of it. That's what this chase is all about. And I'm Earnhardt Dodge team, we're getting it done.
Hot streak continues when it counts most. Brad Keselowski 2nd. Doc?
Jimmie Johnson climbing out of his car in the garage. Jimmie, I know this day had its ups and downs and some frustration there, particularly with 20 to go, and you and Kyle. What was going on with the contact?
Well, I think track position was really important, and he was just, you know, racing really hard, which is what he's supposed to do. Typically, you know, the one lane off the bottom is the lane you give someone when they're on the inside of you, and he didn't want to give that lane up. And we just made some contact. It wasn't like he was trying to wreck me or anything. He was just being kind of stubborn and end of a race mentality. And when we got together the 2nd time, I think our wheels locked, and whipped the wheel out of my hand and bent something in the steering up front. But you know, that was just the end of a bad day. I mean, we didn't have a car like we thought we would. We were really optimistic yesterday after practice. The car was just great. Today just didn't have the speed, and then track position was so important, and pit calls didn't work out our way. But you know, we'll take this one on the chin and go on to the next one.
You've been in this position before, you know, with down a little bit at the beginning of a chase. 8 races ago, what's the mindset now for you, maybe winning that 6th title?
You just got to take every race as they come. You never know what's going to happen. And in my experience of winning 5, we lost the points lead due to a wreck on the last lap at Talladega and still came back and won. So anything can happen, but you know, days like this aren't what you hope for sure.
Thanks for your time.
Yep, thank you.
All right, so Jimmie Johnson with an 18th place finish today here at New Hampshire. We check the championship standings after the 2nd race in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon did make a nice move, using that conservative strategy to not run out of fuel. He didn't gain on the leaders, but he did gain 6 spots.
Yeah, just looking at Tony Stewart, the move that they have made here, I don't think any of us could see this coming, but Brad Keselowski, we talked about him possibly getting in this chase the way that they ran, that they could be a sleeper and battle for this championship, and they're right there. And it's on to Dover for the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. Meanwhile, a couple of guys who are not in the championship who had some good finishes today here in New Hampshire with Dave.
Yeah, they sure did, Alan. 5th place, Brian Vickers. I had to look at him for 2 seconds there. And 3rd place, Greg Biffle. Let's start with Greg. Greg, best finishing Roush car here today. It's been a while since that's been the case for you. How'd you get there?
Well, I mean, you know, we ran there the whole day. You know, we were never out of the top 10, and you know, just had a really, really good car. The guys did a great job in the pits, and I'm finally happy that we just finished a race where we had been running. You know, I mean, we've run up front. You know, Chicago, we had something, sheet metal brake on the car, and here, nothing happened to the car. We finished where we're running 3rd. We ran out of gas and got beat. We were running 2nd, but 2 got by us. But still, just a great day for us. Excited we had Ford 40 MPG on the car. I think it might have helped us a little bit.
Great run for him in 3rd today. And Brian Vickers, who tied his season best with a 5th place, Brian.
Yeah, it was a good run for us. The Red Bull Toyota guys did a good job all day. We were good in the first stint, not great. Over-adjusted, got way too loose the second and third stint, lost our track position. The last 2 runs, we were awesome. The car was so good, probably one of the better cars on the track. We had to pass 20 cars just to get back to the top 5 and ran out of time, but really proud of that effort by everyone.
Like they say, you got to work on your stuff to be good, and they did today. Dr. Punch?
Well, Denny Hamlin, trying to get his luck to turn around here, came out of the car, sat on the back of the hauler here, talking to Mike Ford and some of the engineers on the team, and what a frustrating year it has been for Denny Hamlin. Denny, it looked like this was going to be the day that turned it around for you. You guys making a gamble on fuel, and everyone seemed to say on the radio you thought you were good.
Yeah, we thought we were good, and that's just another one. It's strategy racing nowadays, and we just came up short right there. You know, the only thing I can think of is we were a little bit, we were in cleaner racetrack that last run. But that was the worst fuel mileage we got all day, and I was backing my corner up quite a bit. So there's only 2 things, you know, either, you know, we weren't getting the fuel mileage we thought, or we didn't get it full, or I just used too much. So, you know, we got to work through it, and another tough day for us, but I mean, we're just figuring out what we got to do just to be a little more competitive.
Jimmie Hamlin, no quitting this team. They're going on next week to Dover. Vince.
Earnhart Jr. certainly was a solid day for you guys. You didn't get the finish because of that right front flat, but finished up 17th today. But how encouraging is it to run the way you guys ran 2 weeks in a row?
Well, I mean, we want to run like that. We had a great car. We worked really smart all weekend. Second week in a row, we really had a good one, and should have finished in the top 10 pretty easily. We had a flat tire, and then we had, you know, about 100 laps to go, then we had another flat tire right there at the end. Just too much camber. We really didn't hit anybody or bang on the wall or anything. Just, you know, had a little too much camber gain, getting a little too much travel, and the track did tighten up there at the end to really increase wear on the right front. So it's a shame, but and I'm frustrated. You know, I want to win a race. You know, I'd like to win the chase, but I'd like to win a race too. We had a good enough car to do it today, I thought.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. Thanks, Dale. Alan?
All right, Vince, thanks. And Junior and the rest of the drivers in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series going to move down the East Coast a little bit from here in New Hampshire to Dover, Delaware on the Monster Mile for next Sunday's Race 3 in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup, ESPN 1 Eastern Time. Then it's out to Kansas Speedway, Charlotte, Talladega, Martinsville, and the rest of the tracks remaining on the schedule for this season. If you'd like to join us at the races, NASCAR.com/tickets. And, boy, we had a great crowd joining us here in New Hampshire today, beginning to file out. We're going to have some great racing in these upcoming weeks as we run down through the season finale in South Florida. Tony Stewart, great result today. Talked about that. A couple of other guys to follow up on. Ryan Newman going to wind up finishing 25th in this race, and Clint Boyer going to wind up finishing 26th. And the trend continues. The mileage, the strategy, they're doing anything you can do to be up front at the end, and these drivers having to feather-footed at times to get to the checkered flag.
Yeah, drivers having to do what they can, and crew chiefs pulling their hair out trying to make all of this work and see what they can do. But I think it's just going to show us what to expect for these next 8 races. A lot more of the same thing. You know, today we saw in the top 10 finishes, 5 guys that are in the chase, 5 that aren't. So I think we're going to see that mix happen a lot more. So the points are going to shuffle quite a bit. Should be fun to watch.
Yeah, these crew chiefs and drivers are pulling their hair out because these are frustrating races. And Jeff Gordon, I thought, used a lot of discipline, his team, and they've made a nice rebound from last week. And so the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series moving on from New Hampshire to another mile track, but a very different one next weekend in Dover, Delaware. And if these strategy races continue to be the norm, Nicole, you could see a lot of points changing hands in the final laps of these races.
Absolutely. The points leader, by the way, at this point in the season has never gone on to win the title. Just an indication of how much things do change as the season progresses. Much more racing to come tonight. The AAA Texas NHRA Fall Nationals, 7 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. NASCAR Now is back at 2:30 Eastern on ESPN2 on Monday for the NASCAR Now Roundtable. And next week we come your way from Dover. It's the NASCAR Nationwide Series, Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern. And of course, next Sunday, race 3 of the chase at 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. There's a certain confidence to Tony Stewart right now.
Tony Stewart's got a lot of confidence. He's doing great at saving fuel. He's doing great at winning races. And I got to tell you, I said it wasn't going to be a fuel mileage race today. I was wrong. It was a fuel mileage race again.
What about Tony Stewart? What a racer. Brad Keselowski, great run.
Coming up next, Sports Center with continuing coverage from right here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Congrats once again to Tony Stewart. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
He